2008 is the 40th anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. The Maryland Humanities Council wants to use this tragedy to begin discussion about the current state of race relations across Maryland. So we ask people, who is Martin Luther King Jr. and what does he mean to you today? We hope their responses will spark discussion about where we want to go from here. So, who is Martin Luther King? We want you to tell us who Martin Luther King is briefly and what he means to you today.
Well, Martin Luther King, of course, was a man of the Baptist minister, faith, Christian faith. But also I believe that Martin Luther King was a prophet. Because if you remember the I Have a Dream speech that Martin Luther King did, God allowed him to go to the mountaintop. If you go into the scriptures, Moses had the same dream. Moses didn't make it to the promised land neither. So then you would have to, really think about why did Martin Luther King have the same dream that Moses had relative to a people. And see, the thing about it is I live in Israel. So I know that the dream that Martin Luther King was fulfilled.
Okay.
So Dr. Steele of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference just came to Israel. Out of all the successors of Martin Luther King for the last 37 years, none of them came to Israel to see Martin Luther King dream, whether it's prophetic or was it just a dream that he was talking about. But once Dr. Steele got there and he saw former African slaves from America that have returned back to the promised land, he knew that the words of Martin Luther King didn't fall to the ground.
Okay, well what does he mean to you today?
I just told you, a prophet.
Prophet.
Just like what he meant to the FBI, COINTELREPORT. Look up COINTELREPORT on the internet.
Okay.
J. Edgar Hoover's statement was to stop the rise of the Black Messiah. Why did he use the term Black Messiah? Because he knew where black people was coming from the 60s, when they started wearing and dressing different, that it was a spirit blowing in America on black people. He knew it was time for a Black Messiah to come. They assassinated Martin Luther King. They thought it could have been Stokely Carmichael, which Stokely Carmichael did what? He died of cancer in Africa. Malcolm X, they thought it could be Malcolm X. Malcolm X was assassinated. They ruled out Elijah Muhammad because he was old and they didn't feel like he had too much time to live. So the next person, the most effective one, was Dr. Martin Luther King. So as long as he was talking about black children and white children joining hands in America, he was all right. But that dream that he had, that's what got him killed.
Okay, well thank you
Murder.
very much. Thank you very much.
Take that
All
and
right.
think about that.
All right, thank you very much. You have a good day.
You want my name?
You can tell me.
My name is Brother Maniel Ben-Kael,
Okay.
International Representative of the Hebrew Israelite Nation in Jerusalem.
Okay. Just briefly tell me, who is Martin Luther King and what does he mean to you today?
Martin Luther King is, first of all, I think, fought for our civil rights, and to me, he made like the world a better place right there because everybody's getting along. It doesn't matter what race you are.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, he means to me, he was a good man, very understanding man, and he trying to solve trouble, and he trying to freedom here
Okay.
for us. Want us to join hands together, and he was an understanding man.
Okay.
He was an understanding man, but he was a nice man to hold down peace. And he did it for us. He didn't do it not only for the color, he did it for all the nation. He was all, and then I can say, I still love him. I know he's gone on, but I still love him in a way. I love him because he's been a good victim to us.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you.
He's a hero, a leader. He's a person that really, in a very positive way, got people to pay attention to the whole issue of discrimination.
So what does he mean to you today? What do you think his impact has been on this day?
Well, I think he made a difference. I think we might still have segregation if it wasn't for Martin Luther King.
Okay.
I think there's still a lot more to do in terms of everybody should be treated equally. And I'm not sure that's, still a little more work to do in that area, but and that's not just race, it's a lot of things,
Yeah. Gender.
But I think that was his message, is to be very tenacious and persistent and keep pushing till everybody is treated fairly, regardless of race, age, sex, gender, disability.